Welcome back, everybody. I'm Reverend Sid, and today we'll be reading Genesis chapter 21, verse 22 through 34, Abraham's covenant with Abimelech. Also, before we get started, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment on any video on this channel. Alrighty, let's get started with our reading of Genesis chapter 21, verse 22 through 24, where we'll be picking up from our last reading, which was Genesis chapter 21, verses 8 through 21. Okay. About this time, Abimelech came with Phicol, his army commander, to visit Abraham. God has obviously been with you, helping you in everything you do, Abimelech said. Swear to me in God's name that you will never deceive me, my children, or any of my descendants. I have been loyal to you, so now swear that you will be loyal to me and this country where you are living as a foreigner. Abraham replied, Yes, I swear to it. Then Abraham complained to Abimelech about a well that Abimelech's servants had taken by force from Abraham's servant. This is the first I heard of it, Abimelech swore. I had no idea and don't know who's responsible. You have never complained to me about this before. Then Abraham gave some of his sheep, goats, and cattle to Abimelech, and they made a treaty. But then Abraham also took 7 additional female lambs and sent them off by themselves. Abimelech asked, Why have you set these 7 apart from the other? Abraham replied, Please accept these 7 lambs to show your agreement that I dug this well. Then he named the place Beersheba, which means well of oath, because that was where they had sworn the oath. And after making their covenant at Beersheba, Abimelech left with Phicol, the commander of his army, and they returned home to the land of the Philistines. Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree at Beersheba, and there he worshiped the Lord, the eternal God. And Abraham lived as a foreigner in Philistine country for a long, long time. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and do Genesis chapter 22, verses 1 through 24. Abraham's faith tested. Sometime later, God tested Abraham's faith. Abraham, God called. Yes, he replied. Here I am. Take your son, your only son, yes, Isaac, whom you love so much, and go to the land of Moriah. Go and sacrifice him as burnt offerings on one of the mountains, which I will show you. The next morning, Abraham got up early. He saddled his donkey and took 2 of his servants with him, along with his son Isaac. Then he chopped wood for fire for the burnt offering and set out for the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day of his journey, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. Stay here with the donkey, Abraham told his servants. The boy and I will travel a little further. We will worship there, and we will come right back. So Abraham placed the wood for the burnt offering on Isaac's shoulders, while he himself carried the fire and the knife. As the 2 of them walked on together, Isaac turned to Abraham and said, Father. Yes, my son, Abraham replied. We have the fire and the wood, the boy said, but where is the sheep for the burnt offering? God will provide a sheep for the burnt offering, my son, Abraham answered. And they both walked on together. When they arrived at the place where God told him to go, Abraham built an altar and arranged the wood on it. Then he tied his son Isaac, laid him on the altar on top of the wood, and Abraham picked up a knife to kill his son as sacrifice. At that moment, an angel from the Lord called unto him from heaven, Abraham, Abraham. Yes, Abraham replied, Here I am. Don't lay a hand on that boy, the angel said. Do not hurt him in any way, for now I know that you truly fear God. You have not withheld from me even your own son, your only son." Then Abraham looked up and saw a ram, caught it by its horn in a thicket. So he took the ram and sacrificed it as burnt offering in place of his son. Abraham named the place Yahweh, which means the Lord will provide. To this day, people use that name as a proverb. On the mountain of the Lord, it will be provided. Then the angel of the Lord called again to Abraham from heaven. "This is what the Lord says. Because you have obeyed me and have not withheld even your only son, I swear by my own name that I will certainly bless you. I will multiply your descendants beyond number, like the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will conquer this city of their enemies. And through your descendants, all nations of the earth will be blessed, all because you have obeyed me." Then they returned to the service and traveled back to Beersheba, where Abraham continued to live. Soon after this, Abraham heard that Michal, his brother Nahor's wife, had borne Nahor 8 sons. The eldest was named Uz, the next oldest was Buz, followed by Kemuel, the ancestor of the Arameans, Kesed, Hazor, Pildash, Jiddath, and Bethuel. Bethuel became the father of Rebekah. In addition to the 8 sons from Michal, Nahor had 4 other children from his concubine, Reumah. Their name was Teba, Gaham, Tashas, and Makah. Alrighty, everybody, that's going to wrap up our reading for today. Please excuse my mispronunciation of some of these names in the Bible. And please join me for the next episode, where we'll be picking up at Genesis chapter 23, verse 1 through 20, the burial of Sarah. Thank you, everybody. God bless and have a great day.